going from 0 to 60 with Saludos Amigos and Three Caballeros. So let's get cracking! Hey, howdy, hey, all my explorers, and welcome back to Loren's Adventures Out There. And if you are new, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. My name is Loren, and I'm with Castlescapes and Clones, where we discuss everything in the Disney universe. We do unboxings and hauls, pins, box swaps, Disney news, Disney reviews, and more. So if that sounds fun to you, we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel, hit that bell for notifications, and do like this post, as it really helps your favorite content creators know that you appreciate them, and we in turn appreciate that. So we are continuing our segment from 0 to 60, where we look at the films from Walt Disney Animation Studios. You can check out a playlist above, and today we are going to do both Saludos Amigos and the Three Caballeros. Because they are of similar content. They are both films that were done by Walt Disney Animation Studios for the US government as part of the goodwill policy that was meant to promote a feeling of goodwill between the United States and Latin America. And so during this time, Walt Disney boarded a plane with some of his artists to go and sketch and take in local culture. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, artists is Mary Blair. And it was during these trips that she actually really honed her skill and found a voice for herself, which you can see in many of the films of the 50s, and of course in her work on It's a Small World at Disneyland. It was also during this time that Walt Disney was able to find refuge from his employees striking at the studio. There was a big strike going on, and he was very resentful of the strike and went out of town to avoid it. So, even though these films might not be the best well-known, they do play a big part in Disney history. If you haven't already, there is a great documentary on, I believe, Disney Plus called El Grupo, and it is all about this time period. There's also an accompanying book, and I have seen the documentary and I have read the book, and it's just a really interesting story. So I highly recommend, if you enjoy these films, definitely check out El Grupo, both in documentary form and in book form. So the first film to come out, it was in 1942, and it was Saludos Amigos. And Saludos Amigos actually concentrated mostly in South America. It was divided into 4 segments. The first one is called Lake Titicaca, in which Donald Duck visits Peru and takes in the local culture there. Then the second one is called Pedro, which is about a little plane learning to fly his first mission to deliver mail in the Andes. And then we have the Gaucho Goofy, which is all about Goofy being a gaucho in Argentina. And finally, we have Aquarius de Brazil, which introduces a new character, José Carioca, a Brazilian parrot who takes Donald Duck around Brazil. During the time, it was perceived as doing the work that it needed to do in terms of promoting goodwill. Herald Tribune columnist Howard Barnes said that Saludos Amigos should do more to cement friendly relations between North and South America than a dozen treaties or a score of diplomatic missives. So today, by today's standards, it might not be the most entertaining, but it is one that is part of our history. It's fun, and it's cool that it introduced Jose Carioca. I think, though, when the good neighbor policy really starts to shine is with the Three Caballeros. I think there's an irreverence to the Three Caballeros that you don't have to Saludos Amigos, and you don't have to look any farther than the really surreal animated sequence of the Three Caballeros, which brings back Jose Carioca and Donald Duck, and introduces them to Panchito Pistoles, who is a loud-talking, gun-toting Mexican rooster. And the scene is just magical. It's crazy and it's nuts, and it's colorful and loud and wonderful. Like in Saludos Amigos, this film is divided into different segments, but it has more of a narrative than Saludos Amigos. In the Three Caballeros, we are celebrating Donald Duck's birthday, and so he gets different gifts along the way. The first gift is a film projector in which he watches a few films. So the first one is The Cold-Blooded Penguin, in which a penguin named Pablo tries to go to warmer climates. Then we have The Flying Gauchito, which is about a little gauchito who finds a flying burro, and then Donald watches a bunch of documentaries on birds. Next up, Donald opens his second gift, which is a book from Jose Carioca. And Jose Carioca shows up, tells him he's going to take him to Bahia, and they take a little train to Bahia. And when they get there, they find a yaya, or a cookie vendor, where both of them ogle over her. It's kind of a little bit uncomfortable, given today's standards. But the yaya is played by Aurora Miranda, who is the sister of Carmen Miranda. And anyway, it's a beautiful scene. It's called Uskinjiji Yaya. And you can really see Mary Blair's work in this particular segment. Just really beautiful work. And then Donald Duck opens up his third gift, and it is Panchito Pistoles inside, and that's when they do the wacky, crazy, surreal Three Caballeros number. It is actually, to me, it is one of the best animated sequences that has ever been done by Walt Disney Animation Studios. It's just so quirky and so good and so full of character animation. You really have to be crazy not to enjoy it. Panchito then takes Donald and Jose Carioca around his native Mexico. They start off with the Las Posadas sequence, which is a tradition in Mexico and in many Latin American cultures that depicts the birth of Jesus. And this is another wonderful example of Mary Blair's work. Panchito then takes them on a ride on a magical flying serape to Patacuaro, Veracruz, and Acapulco, where they show different kinds of native dances. And then it bursts into this really kind of surreal number again, where Dora Luce is playing You Belong to My Heart, and Donald once again is ogling over her. Again, another little uncomfortability in this film. And then the final sequence gets really weird. It's really surreal. Basically the camera slows down and speeds up as Donald continues to ogle women all over Mexico. The one thing that bothers me about the Three Caballeros is the over-sexualization of Donald Duck. I somehow expect it from Warner Brothers characters, but not from Disney characters. And I just think that, you know, I don't know if it's just because things have changed over the years, but it does really make me uncomfortable. And then finally, there's another, again, surreal sequence in which Panchito and Jose fight Donald Duck in a toy bull. They're doing some bullfighting. Jose lights the tail of the bull with firecrackers, and the thing explodes, and all ends with the Three Caballeros. The music to both of the films is just wonderful. It really is a journey through both the pop and traditional music of Latin America. And there were songs like Aquarius of Brazil, Tico Tico no Fuba, and La Sundanga. These films introduced the United States to many of these songs that are very famous these days. Honestly, I love both of these films. I think, though, I tend to like the Three Caballeros a little bit more, even with this over-sexualization of Donald Duck. I just think that it's a brilliantly beautiful film with some great animation in it. So, like I said, they're not the greatest films ever, and some people may not enjoy them, but I really do think that it's a great time capsule into American history and a beautiful journey through Latin America in the 1940s. Alright, so that is it for today. If you enjoyed yourself, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel, hit that bell for notifications, and do like this post, as it really does help us out. Visit us on all of our socials down below. Visit our website at www.castlescapesandclones.com. And with that, we will see you later. Bye!